I just want to tell you a little bit about her background. Her background is corporate marketing, and her clients were like Blockbuster and Coca-Cola. She was an operations manager for a national marketing research firm, founder of the online marketing company that acquired clients for Netflix, Garnfly, Blockbuster, and Stamps.com. So this chick has a marketing background and social media. What I love about Heather is that it's not only her passion, it's not only her background and her experience, it's her passion. I mean, she loves the social media and marketing. She loves it. And she just got back from Florida. She just traveled here from Florida, and she's at a $1 million mastermind of all network marketing. And so I said, Heather, please bring some of that to us. We want to hear it, and we want to fill up on some great stuff about network marketing, because I think that's what we're in, network marketing. So please give a round of applause and welcome my good friend, Heather Mitchell. I love her.
Here's Kristen. Here's Kristen.
Oh, Kristen.
Where is it? Where are you talking about?
This is the
Yeah, okay, so usually when I'm talking to y'all, I'm sitting on a chair.
Hey, you're good.
Ben has instructions to make sure that he videos everything I do, so that if I trip and fall, he's got it on tape. This is Victory, and when we launched the very first technical program, Sandra was in the group, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a baby cow. And it kind of became a thing in the VirtuallyENVPs Facebook group. And so next week I opened my mail and I have a cute little cow. He's on the pictures.
Yeah.
His name's Virgil. And then when we launched Zemplify, I got another cute little cow, and her name's Violet. And so when Sandra went region, we got the purple cow, and anybody who's into marketing at all, if you know Seth Godin, he wrote a book called The Purple Cow. And it's all about doing the different thing, doing the right thing, stepping out, finding your way. And so I had to bring Victory to come and live with Sandra. Oh, of course, it's your cow. I just didn't know we were going to bring the mail in. So that's for Sandra.
Thank you.
Sandra, we wouldn't be here, you know, she calls me the genius, which is really generous and kind, and I don't know that we would be here without Sandra either. Because stepping out and doing something different in an industry that is very parental in nature, right? We duplicate our uplines, and from care and concern, we have these incredible leaders who've gone before us and who've paved the way and who show us what to do. And so it was very conflicting to step out and to do something different. And a lot of times it felt like I was doing something wrong. And Sandra has been my rock from the very beginning. And so when I went through those times of doubt and fear and concern, I always had Sandra in my corner saying, no, don't stop. We need this. There are people who need this. There is a space for this. Keep going. And so really, I feel like, there's Virgil. I feel like Sandra is, equally responsible for the fact that we have VirtuallyENVPs. And I haven't been able to implement everything in my own business at the pace that it takes to get a car. And so it's been an incredible partnership, an incredible friendship to be able to come up with ideas, brainstorm ideas, put them into the system, and then have Sandra and her team actually play them out in real life. And then to have the spark come along She loves it when I call her that. And, you know, because Kristen came in and was relatively new to it in January and was like, oh, this is how you do it? Great. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And she just did it. And then when the rest of the team could see what Kristen did, they're like, oh, we really can do this. It really can be done. And so I just don't know if you understand the gift that you have given to this company and to so many people who will come after you, people who need this because they want to be home homeschooling their children. And so what I want to talk about tonight, you know, as Sandra mentioned, this has been an incredible week for me because last weekend at this time, I was sitting in a chair listening to million-dollar earners in our industry training our entire profession. And probably at exactly this time last week, I was listening to Dana Collins from Arbonne, who's an ENVP. And in order to train at that event, you have to make at least $1 million a year. And so one of the things that Sandra asked me to do is she said, I just don't know if everybody really understands how huge this industry is, how much of an impact it can have. And so, you know, one of the speakers, I think the most impactful thing that I heard the entire weekend is that Sarah Robbins got up and she said, the first thing she said, other people's blessings are tied to your persistence. Other people's blessings are tied to you getting over your fear. Other people's blessings are tied to your success. And she ended her talk by showing a video of the orphanage that she and her husband are opening in India in December, where they will feed, clothe, school, and provide social and caring from an adult standpoint, giving love to 100 children. And I just want to ask you guys, how many of you at some point in time in your life felt like you wanted to do something that mattered? That you wanted to make a difference in the world? That you wanted your life to impact other people's lives beyond just your family in a way that you were making the world a better place? I'm going to put you on the spot. Raise your hand. Because I know the Arbonne crowd. I know who you are. I know who comes to this company and stays. It's people with a generous heart. And I think, you know, what Dana talked about, you know, if we know what to do and we know how to do, if you're plugged into the virtual system, it's there, right? It's on video, it's in a workbook, it's online. What to do and how to do it is there for every single person. We have people that have proved that out. They log in, they look at it, they learn it, they do it a little bit at a time, they ask questions, and they make it happen. So the question is, if we know what to do and we know how to do, why don't we do? And her proposal was that we live in a society where we are bombarded by the media, by pretty much everything around us, with the message, I'm not enough. And so most of us deal with fear on a fairly regular basis of, am I enough? Am I doing it right? What are people thinking? And so what I want to challenge you, and what I walked away from that weekend with, is that I think when you can plug into a bigger idea, I think when you can get out of your own head and you can really focus on not just what's in it for you, what's in it for your family, which is huge, obviously, beyond just the car and the trips and all the amazing things, you can leave a legacy for your family, you know, for generations to come. But also because of the generous hearts that are in this company, when you succeed, not if, when you succeed, when you become first financially stable, and then you stop worrying, you stop feeling that fear of what about next month or the month after that or the month after that, when you start to experience the financial freedom of my bills are paid, they're paid for a long time, I don't have to worry about it, and then you step from security into wealth and you have a surplus of finances, those are the people who change the world. And that is what that mastermind is really about, because that particular group in our industry attracts incredible people who do amazing things with their financial abundance. Not only do they reach out and they help other people within our profession, they take that financial abundance and they do really major things in the world. And you guys, our world needs us. I mean, it really does right now. So the next time that you are feeling afraid, the next time you are feeling like you're worried about what somebody thinks or how somebody's gonna feel, or if you're saying it right, or if you're doing it right, or which button to push, push through, because other people's blessings are tied to your success. And I just wanna sort of open your eyes. If you, I don't know if everybody in the room has sort of made the leap to adding a virtual component into your business. Most of the people, Sandra's team is almost completely virtual, but most of the people that are in our group that are working their business virtually really are doing that as a piece of their in-person business. But I just kind of want to paint a picture for you of what technology can do for your business if you haven't already brought it into your business. So when you have an in-person event and you have a list of people who are coming, and you can send them a guest profile ahead of time, and you can say, hey, the first person to submit the guest profile gets a party. And so everybody wants to be the first person, so everybody hurries up and submits their profile. You now know your guest. You know what they're struggling with that's related to our products and our business that you can offer to help them. You know what their interests are. And so instead of walking into a cold room of people that you just don't know, you have the opportunity to walk into a group of people that you already have started to get to know. And then the other thing is, you can have hosts who have people that live all over the country, and even though they can't come to an in-person event, they can still participate in the event because you can get them the information and follow up with them and connect with them online and over the phone. So that's kind of the power. And I think the other thing that I want to say that the power of virtual has done is that I think probably the most impactful for me, the things that have made the biggest difference in my life as the person that sort of put it together, is that, you know, we have a mom in our group who has a special needs child, and when she would go to do parties, he would cry the entire time that she was gone. And you know, so here's a mom who wants to do the right thing for her family because she has this special needs child, and you know, she wrote me a letter and said, thank you so much for providing an alternative, because now I don't have to leave Jack. I can work my business and be with Jack. We have another mom who had a child in the hospital for 4 months, and she said, you know, without a virtual way to keep in contact with people, I would have lost my business. And because I could sit on the hospital floor at 1 o'clock in the morning and work my business, I earned the trip to Atlantis, which she needed after that experience. And then, you know, Leah Wagner is one of the other people that's been active. You know, she and Sandra found me at about the same time, and she was able to keep her business going and keep in contact with her team and keep things growing when she spent a year in Tanzania, you know, helping to open a rural school or build a school in a rural area. So there's a lot of things that adding technology into your business can provide in terms of flexibility. And so, you know, my way of looking at technology is that provides you a business with no limits. There's no geographic limits. There's no time limits. There's incredible flexibility. And, you know, circling back around to kind of what's the thing that holds us back. If it's, you know, if it's easy and it's quick and you just send people a profile, it's still the same thing. It's still the fear. And that's where I think Sandra's team has done just a fantastic job of this. And it's really what we can all do is that, so we know what to do and we know how to do it. And if there's something that's holding us back, the next time that you feel small or afraid or you're worried about what somebody's thinking, reach out to your upline, your downline, your sideline, you know, and say, what I really need is support, encouragement, love. You know, Rita taught us everything we need to know in this company. We were so blessed to have a president of this company for 25 years who built the heart and said, just love on them. just love on each other. Because if we can do that, if we can get over the fear part, and if we can encourage each other to unleash the best that's within us, the rest will all fall into place, and we will be unstoppable. So.